It's a question that's been pondered for all of human existence. Are we alone in the universe? Congress seems to think not. A bill recently approved by the Senate committee in charge of overseeing the U.S. intelligence community would change the definition of a UFO to, among other things, explicitly exclude man-made objects. And that means there are non-man-made objects out there. So what does the government know, and will we ever know the whole truth to the question of if life exists outside of this Earth? To find out more, let's bring in Avi Loeb, a professor and astrophysicist. He's also the founding director of Harvard's Black Hole Initiative and the director of the Institute for Theory and Computation at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics. That's a very long title that makes you smarter than me. Thanks for joining us, sir.
Thanks for having me. You could have saved time by calling me Farm Boy. That's where I grew up.
Farm Boy. Avi Loeb is joining us now. What are the implications of this new definition of UFO, recently approved by the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence? It specifically excludes man-made objects from that definition, so there must be non-man-made objects.
Right. Human-made objects are a matter of national security. We want to know what our adversaries possess. But if there is an object behaving differently or well above our technological capabilities, and it doesn't look natural, then it's a matter of science. It probably doesn't adhere to national borders. And it's about time for scientists to clear up the fog. The government must have data that it hadn't released, which is of much higher quality than the blurry images we are looking at right now. And so the question is, what is this data showing? And it would be a little bit inappropriate for us to wait for the government to declassify the data because it involves classified sensors. And so the best path forward is to look at the sky because the sky is not classified and scientists can follow this task.
Yeah, you can't just be like, well, maybe there's some non-man-made objects out there and then leave it at that. This revised definition of the UFO, it also includes something called transmedium objects. What is a transmedium object? Why would lawmakers include that in this new language?
Well, that's very interesting because in the past it was all about objects moving in the air, but now they're talking about objects going into the ocean, in between the air and the water and coming back again. And so it means that there is some data that we don't have access to, which indicates that. Otherwise, they wouldn't put this language. I'm leading the Galileo project, which is funded by private donations, and we are conducting an observational search in the sky to look for any objects and try to obtain much better data, high-resolution imaging in the infrared, in the optical, in the radio, in the audio, and figure out what these objects that the government is talking about are all about. And, eventually we should be able to figure it out.
Well, it's fine. I find it interesting because what you're essentially saying is you are going to be joining a group that is going to be looking for things that apparently the U.S. government has already seen, and you could save a lot of time and money by them just handing you this information.
Yes, in principle, but our data will be open to the public. This is a question of great public interest. I should say that as an astronomer, only over the past 5 years, we discovered the first 3 objects from outside the solar system. And the first 2 of them, a meteor which landed near Papua New Guinea and an object which passed near the Earth called Oumuamua, both of them were weird. They didn't look like the rocks we had seen before from the solar system, didn't look like a comet or an asteroid. And as a result of that, I decided to explore this further using the scientific method. And my hope is that in the coming year or 2, we'll have much better data. We can clear up this mystery and figure out what these objects are. And if they came from outside of this Earth and they are technological in origin, that would have a huge impact on the future of humanity.
I love that scientific term you just used. They were weird. There's a Fermi paradox out there, right? That's mathematically more likely than not that there are other lives out there, that there are extraterrestrials. So where are they? So my question to you is, first of all, do you believe in that paradox, that it has to be true that they're out there? And also, does that mean we're not alone? And where are they?
Well, you can sit at the sofa at home and say, I don't hear a knock on the door, therefore I don't have neighbors. That's the wrong approach. You should look through your windows and you better use a telescope. And you may check your backyard if there are any objects that came from the street that indicate that you might have neighbors. So Fermi just asked the questions but didn't look. He didn't have the telescopes we have today, didn't have the cameras we have today, didn't have the evidence we have today. So it may well be that the answer to Fermi's paradox is they are here, you just didn't look.
Well, the man that is going to look, or at least one of the many of them, that's Professor Avi Loeb. Farm Boy, thank you for your time.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.